Good morning. Welcome to Memory Lane. Today we are honoring our Chateau grandparents. So welcome everyone. We're gonna have some tea and biscotti and look at some photos and talk about some fun memories. So who would like to begin?
I have grands and great-grands in this picture. In the top picture here, these are grands, the ones that live in El Paso. And these live in Florida, these grands. And then that was my husband. And then great-grands are right here. My great-grands are on the bottom there. They live in El Paso. And so there. And trying to think. Oh, that was my other son that's there, and like I said, those are grands, and that's a niece. Those are nieces that are in that picture. So anyway, that's my picture.
Maybe we pass it around.
Very nice.
It shows it in front of me.
It's nicely done.
That's beautiful. I love the frame.
I think my daughter-in-law probably did that. She's very creative and very good.
Oh, I'm so glad you brought these photos. They're beautiful.
This one look like Angie,
Oh yeah,
doesn't she?
a little bit.
I think so.
She said this one's having a baby soon.
Well, that's beautiful like that.
Isn't that a beautiful frame? Adorable. Now, do they live local?
Very nice.
There's some in El Paso. Corey lives here. Our granddaughter Katie lives in Chicago. And I guess the rest of them are in El Paso.
Very nice, friend.
El Paso. Okay.
Well, I have to see which ones those are. Yes, that son and daughter-in-law live here, and the daughter that's at the top, their daughter, the son lives here, but the daughter lives in Chicago. She's a doctor.
I got some pictures of only a couple. I have 10 grandchildren and 17 great, and I can't bring all those pictures, and I don't have some of them. I don't have pictures of them. I never met some of the great grandchildren. This is my grandson, Adam, who comes here to see me every year. And I'm very proud of him. He's in charge of this. He's an airplane mechanic, and he's worked his way up. He's in charge of this whole place, the whole. He hires and fires and does everything.
Can I show everybody closer?
Yeah.
Excellent.
When he was little, he'd come out. His father and mother would come down, and he'd come out of the car, and he'd come running and jump into my arms. And it was so good, you know, just grab him.
Don't you love it?
This is his sister in the red shirt. Yeah, and that's my daughter-in-law. That's their mother.
And I like the dog too.
Well, she loves dogs and horses, so she didn't want kids. All she has is horses and dogs.
It's real funny. My granddaughter's an OBGYN, and she says, no babies from here.
No babies.
And I won't tell you exactly how she put it.
But she loves their kids, or kids that she's got now. And this is another grandson. This is Andrew and his wife, and the 3 little ones. Those are my greats, and they are a riot. They never stop. They're like ants. And he loves the dad loves tractors, as you can see, and the kids are all over the tractors. He's got about 8 tractors that he's rebuilding.
Oh, horses and dogs.
And he's the head of the fire department at the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut at the casino.
Yeah.
And then she's got a
He
couple
looks
horses
huge.
too. The other horses are in the
I know
back of the house.
I know it's the angle, but he looks he looks so big.
No, he is pretty husky.
Yeah.
He's about the same size as
Sassy.
Sassy.
And did you say they're in Connecticut?
Yeah.
They're in Connecticut.
Well, this is the father. They come every year to see me, and they were here this August. Anyway, the littlest one, he was first. He was in. They were having a soccer team, and he wouldn't join in with everybody else. He just grabs the ball and starts kicking it around. He walks over by himself and he's out in the field, but he won't play with the others. So that night his mother's bringing him home and he says, "Ma, I hate soccer." I don't want to play soccer anymore. So anyway, this year, that was last year, this year his best friend was playing soccer. So he loves soccer now. And he's really good at it.
Okay.
It was so funny the way he came out with it. I hate soccer.
A granddaughter with 4 great-grandchildren. Three out of the 4 are very athletic. They play all sorts of sports. So they're trying to get the littlest one, Chase, to join in. And they're riding home from soccer practice. And he says, "Tell me again why I'm doing this." And he never has played sports.
Some people need to be intellectual.
He is like the other 2 are very athletic.
This one of mine is extremely athletic. This little boy right here. He's into everything. She's in gymnastics.
Oh, wow. You want to tell everybody about this one?
Oh, this group came down to visit. There were, I can hardly see it, you know I'm so blind, but there are 2, 1 grandson and the rest are granddaughters, and 1 grandson-in-law. They are wonderful, wonderful. They spent a week down here.
Can we pass it around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's this?
So that's Debbie and
Oh,
Garrett.
this is my Debbie.
So Debbie,
And-
who you all, most of you have met.
And her grandson, who will not cut his hair.
So
When
they,
he was little, real little, when he was around 3 or 4,
That's a
he
boy?
wanted to look like Jesus. I said, he really does.
yeah, he does not want. That's good.
If I had him, he'd have that hair cut off.
Yeah.
Worked with people for 43 years in California. And I knew all the kids growing up and all the grandkids growing up. And one day there appeared at my door and knocked on the door, and I heard him, and I went to the door and I said, "What do you want, Sarah?" And she said, "It's not you I want. It's your husband I want. It's Mr. Coon." I said, "Well, you just have to wait, because we lived about 25 miles southeast of Los Angeles, where all the TV stations are." And I said, "You'll have to wait." I said, "You can't go up on the roof because he's up there adjusting the TV antenna." And she said, "I can too." And around the house she went. And I was right behind her. And then I could run faster than a 4-year-old could. And I caught her. I took her by the hand and I took her around where the ladder was. I said, "You see how high that is? You can't go up that." She says, "I can too." And I said, "No, we're going to wait right here till Mr. Coon comes down the ladder." And so we waited. I don't to this day remember what the emergency was that she had to talk to him about. But anyway, he came down and Sarah was happy. But the ending of the story was that I was moving to Florida and I lived there. My husband died in 1989. So I lived there several years by myself next door to them, and I was just one of the family. And Sarah was getting married, and she said, "You can't go to Florida till I get married." I said, "Well, you better hurry up." But anyway, the night before I came to Florida, I went to her wedding, and I was so surprised. She came out that night with 2 corsages, and she said, "I wanted both of my grandmas to have a corsage tonight. Oh, it's so nice. So I guess she thought of me as a grandma as well as I thought of her as a grandchild. But anyway, that's
So sweet.
pardon?
That's so sweet.
Beautiful.
Well,
Beautiful.
she's now a mother of 4 children and a teacher. So she's busy all the time. This is my granddaughter Megan, and she has 2 boys also. And this is Riker, and this is Zephyr. And Riker is in the running club, and he also plays chess. And this one is not quite old enough yet to really get into anything. But she does MRIs and CAT scans at Vieira, and they live in Indiana.
And
Oh, so
Vieira,
close.
It's great.
what's
Her
her
granddaughter. Her name once again?
Megan.
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 Megan. And then the 2 grandsons. This one.
And she just works at
She-
Vieira.
At Vieira.
They're adorable.
Who knows? We might have met her.
I might have been.
We might have met her
I
there.
wouldn't
Yeah,
have
she's
known
right
it.
over here.
I was just gonna say. I'm gonna ask the next time we have to go.
Well, so
Well, let's see.
back.
I have 3 children. Jeff has 5 boys. Allison has 4 girls. Now, I want you to know that, and then I'm gonna say his, hers, theirs, and the dog. Okay, it's a mixed family all the way through. I just spent a week with my 4 granddaughters and 6 great-grands, 6 and under, 6 of them, and 6 and under. I'm serious. It was hilarious. It was fun watching them all interact. And so that was at Sandpoint, Idaho. We had a house that would sleep 16, and there were 16 of us. Okay,
Wow.
and 5 bathrooms, 3 refrigerators, a lake. I mean, it was a wild time. Okay.
Was it a B&B?
And the other, yeah, Airbnb, but the guy lives in San Diego, Jordan. So anyway, they're all different. One wants to take the baby out biking, and all the names are crazy. Edame, Selah, all these strange names. And then each group were doing their own thing. So then I went to my daughter's house for a week, and they have Bailey. That's a dog. That's their child. And so we spent time in the boat, in the Pooch Plunge. They have a big community center, and 50 some odd dogs come, and they all jump and play in the pool. But Bailey was the only one that could go up the stairs, walk up the stairs. So, I mean, it's been a challenge. And then if you looked at the whole horoscope of the whole family, I would have 12 grandchildren, 6 great-grands, and my name is not great-grandma. They gave me a shirt that says GG. They gave me a cup that says GG. And at church in Virginia, Sunday morning, they were doing a thing on grandparents, because it was Grandparent Sunday, just like you're doing today. So I ended up at the end and said, "You forgot the GGs."
The great.
He said, "What?" The great-grands. So if you go back and look at all of them, there's Octavian, Syriaco, Edame, all of these strange names. But I'm getting used to it, and I still write the checks for all of them.
There you go.
Bailey's normal.
Bailey is the best dog I've ever seen. He is fantastic. And
Bailey is the only one with a normal.
so, but the whole transition was different from what everybody did at one place and what I was doing at the other. Like going to the Tin Pan Alley, to the baseball game, out in the boat, into the hot tub, out to the sunflower fields. It was a great trip. Oh, that's beautiful.
This is Keon. I didn't bring a recent photo because he's had pox. And pox are not delightful to look at. So
Oh, he's adorable.
he is adorable. He's a little ginger boy. Both of my daughters had red hair. He had red hair. I had red hair. My grandmother Grace had red hair. Apparently we have a very dominant family gene. But this was taken at church. Vanessa always takes and packs his lunch when he goes to church for playtime. And here he is eating. He's always so happy.
You can tell.
So happy all the time. I'll pass that around. And hopefully in October I'll bring him in one day when he's in town.
That's great.
No middle name, just Keon.
He's happy.
Oh, he's so happy.
He's happy.
Oh, we found out just yesterday.
He's got food and he's happy.
Do you know what we found out yesterday? He's going to Montessori school in April. Oh, he's starting a Montessori
Look
school.
at that.
who's the little boy?
It's
By that
her
time,
grandchild.
3 years old.
Oh,
That's her
Roxy's grandson.
It's the grandson.